Have you ever chased the one thing that was supposed to fix everything in your business only to find yourself right back where you started? Maybe it was a viral content strategy, a plug and play funnel, or the latest Instagram hack that promised to explode your reach overnight. And let me guess, it didn't quite deliver. Well, that's because silver bullet strategies don't work, because usually they're misaligned, they're disjointed, and you're missing the bigger picture. So in this episode, we're exposing why chasing tactics without alignment keeps you stuck and what actually does work instead. So if you're ready to build momentum and sustainable success without constantly reinventing the goddamn wheel, then let's dive in. Welcome back to Freedom and Ease in Online Business. So let's talk about that number one mistake that most people make in chasing tactics without alignment. We've all done it. We've jumped on the latest business trend because it worked for somebody else. Maybe you saw someone make 6 figures from a webinar, so you went and built one. Maybe you even opted in or paid for their slide deck. Or you heard that Facebook ads were the way to scale, so you threw all your money at them. But here's the problem. You're chasing what's aligned for others and not what's aligned for you. And worst of all, you're doing it without necessarily taking the whole big picture and the entire strategy into consideration. So here's why silver bullet strategies usually fail. 1, they don't fit in with the overall plan. So everything just becomes this disjointed mess. And yeah, you might have some Facebook ads running, but if you're not strategically designing them to then plug into a funnel on the back end, you're just throwing money away for nothing. And I know I've done this before. I got great cheap leads and I thought it was wonderful, but I didn't actually have a really good strategy in place of what to actually then do with those leads and how to convert them into dollars back into my pocket. So the second reason why silver bullet strategies fail is because they're usually not in alignment with people's strengths, values, or energy. They're in alignment with somebody else's, which means that unconsciously you're going to resist showing up for them. You know, they feel like a good idea, but you don't really want to do them because they're not in alignment for you. And because they feel off, that leaks uncomfortableness into your marketing and sales, and that actually puts people off. Have you ever tried selling something that didn't feel quite right or that you didn't fully believe in? And yeah, your audience can feel that too. So when you chase strategies that aren't part of a bigger aligned business blueprint that suits you, you end up with this collection of disconnected tactics that don't actually all work together and don't integrate and support one another. And worst of all, you keep starting over. You feel like you're rebuilding from scratch every few months instead of fine-tuning and creating momentum. So this is where I'm going to make a confession. Several years ago, I spent $15,000 on a program teaching me how to create and run YouTube ads. It was actually quite a good program, way overpriced if you ask me, but it was a good program. The problem is that, yes, I was running YouTube ads and yes, I was getting leads, but it wasn't part of a holistic strategy for me. And it wasn't quite in alignment because I didn't actually like the way that we were being taught to structure our ads. And so, yep, I spent the money, and even worse, I spent months and months and months and even more money on the ads themselves, but it just didn't work because at the end of the day, it wasn't part of my overall strategy. I hadn't actually decided that, yes, the perfect piece of the puzzle that fits into this slot is YouTube ads. I had decided that I saw an ad and followed somebody's marketing who convinced me that YouTube ads were the silver bullet. And then I tried to jam them into my existing business without doing it the other way around. And that's the key. Like, you really need to just design your business and go, okay, what do I need? Well, I need a really great way to reach leads on, say, this platform, because that's where I like to hang out. That's where my ideal client hangs out. And this feels in alignment for me. So then you go and learn it or pay someone to do it and you implement it. So you choose the strategy that actually is the right fit rather than coming across a strategy and trying to jam it in. And so, yeah, I'll go back to YouTube ads at some stage. And yes, I've got all that information and that course there somewhere, but it really was not a necessary expense or a good use of my time at the time. But, we all make mistakes. So I share that story to save you the $15,000. Okay, so let's talk about why mindset, alignment, and strategy really need to work together. Because what you need is a clear and cohesive blend of your energy, your message, and your strategy. And the reason successful entrepreneurs seem to effortlessly attract clients isn't because they have the perfect marketing plan. It's because they have alignment, they have the right mindset, and they have the strategies that actually work for them that are all put together to work with each other. And so then you get into this invisible pull situation, because an aligned business does have this invisible pull, because when your mindset is in the right place, you are going to show up with confidence. When your strategy is clear, you know exactly what to do and you don't waste time and money on things that are not a good fit. And when you're aligned, your marketing feels effortless because it actually is. It should be joyful and fun and just the right thing for you. Like me, I'm running a podcast. I'm creating a podcast now because I love talking and I love sharing this. And I really like talking without being interrupted, to be perfectly honest. And it allows me to do all of these things. And my husband's having a quiet chuckle to himself in the background there. Okay, so when you get this, it creates an intangible magnetic energy that attracts clients without you feeling like you're pushing or reeling them in. It makes your messaging clearer and more compelling, and it helps you feel grounded and focused instead of constantly second guessing everything and being stuck in your head going, oh, is this the right thing? Is this what I should say? Am I doing it right? What will they think of me? All of that is just a waste of energy. Because you've probably noticed that some people seem to just grow effortlessly, while others are stuck grinding over and over again. They're just stuck in hustle. And this is why. It's not because they've got some secret marketing hack that no one's told you about. It's because they've built their business in alignment from the start, whether they recognized it or not. And they have a cohesive, holistic strategy where every piece of the puzzle supports the other. So this is where the Freedom Code comes in. Instead of chasing tactics, we integrate and we continuously nurture all aspects of your business. The first piece is having an aligned business strategy. And that means that you need to have a blueprint that will allow you to be clear and consistent. You've built the business around you, around your values, strengths, and your energies. Your offers, your pricing, and your marketing are all strategic and they feel natural to deliver. And you're not trying to force a strategy that doesn't fit. The second piece of the puzzle is the effectiveness code, which is about working less and achieving more. So instead of scrambling to try every single thing, you focus on the things that actually move the needle, that are a good fit for your business. And you create flow-based productivity habits so you're not wasting time just on busy work because you're not really sure what else you should be doing. So that means that you're not constantly feeling like you're always behind because you know where to focus and you actually go and do it. And then the last piece of the puzzle is the magnetic money code. And that's really the pathway to creating wealth and building your net worth without overworking. Because when you shift your mindset so you no longer feel the need to hustle to deserve success, it means that you're just doing what needs doing and no more than that. When you set up simple financial systems to smooth out irregular income, you trust that your money's got your back. And when you've got every dollar working for you and you've got a system that actually moves you forward and helps you achieve your financial goals, then you're not having to micromanage your money or feel like you're on some tight budget because you can grow your net worth while working less because your money is actually working its little butt off for you. And the best part of that is when all three are working together, your business doesn't just grow, it grows sustainably without exhausting you. So, final takeaways. Silver bullet strategies don't work because they're disconnected from you and your bigger business vision. What does work? Combining alignment, strategy, and mindset, what I call the Freedom Code. So if this episode gave you a light bulb moment, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And if you're ready to ditch the disjointed tactics and build a business that actually feels good and gives you the income and lifestyle you want, then grab my free masterclass. The link is in the show notes below. And I'd love to connect with you on Instagram. DM me and tell me what's one tactic you've chased that didn't work for you. You don't have to tell me what it cost you, but you can if you want to. You'll find me at Miriam Castilla or at Freedom and Ease Academy over on Instagram. And I will also see you in the next episode. Have yourself a most gorgeous day.